Good morning, student.
Good morning, teacher.
Very good. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so we'll wait for the others to join us, and after that, we'll take off. Is that okay?
Okay, teacher.
Right. Meanwhile, I think you already have the questions with you, so you could probably. Okay, very good. Uh, the recording has started, so it's a matter of getting the students all, and then we'll continue with what we were doing yesterday. Is that okay, student? Right. So we'll be continuing with question number 3. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, very good. Right. And if you notice this is the answers that we were computing yesterday. Right? So again, coming back to, yeah. Now I noticed that there are only 2 students. Only one student, Nguyen Trung. Nguyen Trung, any idea what is happening to your colleagues? Are your colleagues joining us?
I'm calling them.
Please, please, I really appreciate if you can call them, ask them to join us so then we can start continuing with the revision which we started yesterday.
Okay.
Great. Okay, Lee Nguyen N is there. Very good. Only
Hello,
one more.
teacher.
Good morning, student. If the other students join us, then we can start off. But meanwhile, while you people are around, student, for those of you who are around, do you have any questions to ask on the two questions which we already done? If you want to clarify anything, by all means, we can do that while the others join us. So once they join us, then we can continue with where we stopped yesterday. Is that okay? Now, Nguyen Trung, do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
No? Oh, so you have understood thoroughly the two areas we covered yesterday. Yes? How about Lee Nguyen? Yeah.
Yes,
You okay?
yes, I'm okay.
Do you have any questions?
Maybe no.
Okay, yeah. Okay, how about Trin Ngok Ha? Trin Ngok Ha, can you hear me? Your mic is muted, so you got to unmute before you speak up. Then only I can hear you. And Lee Tui Tuyet.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. How are you? A very
I'm
good morning.
good.
A very good morning to you. Do you have any questions to ask on what we covered yesterday?
No, I don't have questions. Have a
You don't
good
have any
morning,
questions.
teacher.
Okay. Trin Ngok String Ha. Can you hear me, please? No, I think he or she is the only one who has not responded so far.
Maybe
Can
she
you?
no.
Huh?
She said no. So she have a problem with her connect.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Right. It's okay. So long as the five of you, you don't have any questions, can we continue? Can we continue, or do you want to wait for the others to join us?
okay, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yeah? Can we continue? Okay, so we have got one more person. 2, 5, 6. So there are 6 of you. Sorry, there are only 5 of you because the other one is actually the person who is arranging for the recording to take place. Yep. Student, can we continue? If you give me the green light, then we will continue with the question. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll continue with the slider. Can all of you see the revision question?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where we stopped yesterday, and we are going to continue from that. And let me also start off with the answers. So this is the answer we stopped at yesterday, 2D. Now, in order for us to continue, let us look at question number 3. So question number 3 is on resident status. Okay? And the caption is the resident status for Rogers is as follow for the years 2020 to 2025. Are we okay, student? And remember, you are supposed to make use of the table. Can you see the table below? This is the table. So, as usual, we will have the first column as the year of assessment, YA, not there, here. So, year of assessment. And the second column is resident stroke non-resident. And the third column is period. The fourth column is, so the period, we have got to make sure that it's a bit big. Okay. And the fourth column is the number of days. And finally, the reason. Reasons and section. Section means under what section is the resident status under. We okay, all of you? Now, let's start off with the year 2020. Okay. Now, when you look at a Christian student, you are supposed to start with the information given on top. Don't go and fill resident or non-resident first, but go to the period. So there are two periods given, 14.8 to 14.8 to, we don't have to put in, sorry, the year. Okay, 14.8 after 8.2. So this is what you are supposed to put in. Fourteen stroke 8 to 28.11. So how many days has been given? Let's make it small so we can see the days. So the days is given as 106. Are we okay? That's not enough. So we look at the next date, 29.11 to 31.12. Now in Malaysia, so the number of days is, what? Hello, the number of days is what, student?
33.
33, very good. Okay, so we have a total of 139. Now, with that information, can you arrive at the answer to indicate whether Rogers has been a resident for the year 2020, yes or no? Students, Do you see that on the 31st of December, Rogers has been in Malaysia? Yes, no? Student, please respond. Say something. Then only I will know whether you are with me. Can you see the date 29 November to 31st 12? They say Rogers has been in Malaysia. So in other words, on the 31st of December, Rogers has been in Malaysia. Therefore, it should immediately strike you there is a possibility that Rogers could be a resident under Section 71B. Why? Because Section 71B says that there must be 2 years overlapping. Now, let us look into the third date. This date is actually for 2021. But when you look at the date for 2021, the first date has been given as 1/1/2021 to 15/7. I don't have to put in 2021. Only 1/1 to 15/7. And how many days is there? Student? Hello? How many days? 136. Okay, let's continue. Then you look at the date 16/5 to 15/7. The number of days is 61. My question now, can that period 16 May to 15 July be considered a permitted absence period? Yes or no? Yesterday I was explaining to you in detail how a person qualifies to become a resident. And we looked at Section 71A, the condition, only one condition, 182 days. Then we looked at Section 71B. So Section 71B requires 3 conditions to be fulfilled. Do any one of you remember what are those 3 conditions? Yes, students? Yes. 2021 and 2020. They are linked. Can you see? Can you see, student? That
Yes.
is the first condition. The second condition is that short period. You have to determine what is the short period. The short period is 2020, which is more than 1 day. So that's a short period. The long period is what? 2021. How many days is there, please? Hello? 2021. Can you include 61 days which is a permitted absent period. Why permitted absent? Because Rogers is on business trip. Yesterday we saw if a person is on business trip, the person can be absent for any number of days, and that will be considered permitted absence. So therefore, if you add 136 to 61, so you will get more than 191 days. Are we clear? Hello, can you agree, student? Yes
Yes,
or
I
no?
agree.
Yes. So therefore, now you can answer this. The person is a resident. Resident, not an resident only. Are we clear?
Yes.
Are you okay? So you have stated that for 2020, Rogers is a resident under section what? So resident under section 7(1)(b). Are we okay? Yes, no, student? Hello? For 2021, let's continue. 2021 from the 16th of July to 3rd of November for 101 days. Now, student, will Rogers be a resident for the year 2021? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, resident or not?
Resident.
Yes, student, very good. Resident under section what? Section what?
71A.
Section 7(1) what? A or B or C or D?
I.
A. Agree? Agree? Reason more than 182 days. Can you see that Rogers has been in Malaysia for more than 182 days in the year 2021? Yes or no? So you have to add 136 and 111. You cannot include 61 because for 61 days he has been out of Malaysia. Can you follow? Hello, can you follow, student?
Yes.
Yes. So altogether, Rogers is in Malaysia for 247 days, which is more than 182 days. Therefore, Rogers qualified to be a resident under Section 7(1)(a). Okay, student? Now, what happens is that this is the marks, assuming I give you the marks. So, you have answered correctly, so you get 4 marks. The second question also correct, so you get 4 marks. Now we go to the year 2022. Now 2022, let us not answer whether the person is resident or not. Let us look at the information given. So from 1 to 1/1/22 to 30/4. How many days is that? Student, how many days? Can you see 120 days? Yes, no? Hello? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, very good. Is that the only date that Rogers has in Malaysia? So 1/5/22, right up to 30th/8/22, he has been not in Malaysia. So you cannot take the date, but you can take the date 31 August to 31 December. And that one works out to how many days? Hello? 123 days. Now, when you add the two together, will Rogers be a resident for the year 2022? Yes, resident under, again, section 7(1)(a). Reason is what? Reason is more than 182 days. And for that, you get another 4 marks. Are we okay, student? Student, are we okay?
Yes, we
Any
will.
questions so far? Hello, any question for years 2020, 2021, 2022? You people have to respond. You people, if you don't respond, I would not know whether you have understood or you have not understood. Remember what I told you yesterday. This is supposed to be the easiest question for you to do. So you must be able to get the full 24 marks. Can we continue with 2023? Since you people are not responding, you have to tell me whether you have understood or you have not understood. If you have understood, no issue. If you have not understood, you got to tell me what is it that you don't understand. Only then I can go and explain to you. Do you people agree that Rogers will be a resident under Section 7(1)(a) for the year 2022? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, because the total number of days Rogers has in Malaysia is 243, which is more than 182. Therefore, he is qualified to be a resident under Section 7(1)(a). Now let's move to 2023. Is the person number of days is 0. The whole of 23, Rogers has not been in Malaysia. So is Rogers a resident or not? Yes or no? Hello? Yes or no? For that?
No.
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 No, that's wrong. So let's look at 2024. 2024. Let's do 2024, then we come back. Okay, 2024. 10, 4 to 28, which comes to 133. Okay? Is that the only period? In Malaysia, sorry, the first part I forgot. 1, 1 to 28, 2, which makes up how many days? How many days? 59 days. Can you add them together? How many days do you get? Hello, student. 133 plus 59. How many days? Yes. Do you get 192?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So therefore, 192 is more than 182. Therefore, you can see more than 182 days. So what does that mean? Yes, resident under section 7(1)(a). Now you can go and answer. Can Rogers be a resident for the year 2023? Yes, resident under section 7(1)(d). What are the conditions? What are the conditions, student? So let's move this a bit down. Okay, 0 days. Section 7(1)(d) don't have to be in Malaysia at all. What is the next condition? Preceding 3 years resident. Is that all? No. Post 1 year resident. Can you see that, student? Student, do you see that? These are the two conditions for a student, for a individual to be a resident under section 7(1)(d). Can you follow, student? So you saw 22, 21, 20. These are the preceding 3 years. All 3 years, Rogers has been a resident. And you look at post 2024, also resident. Therefore, Rogers qualified to be a resident under section 7(1)(d). Are we okay, student? Student, are we okay or not okay? You have to tell me something, student. Otherwise, we won't be
Yes,
able
teacher.
to.
Okay, teacher.
Very good. So for 25, 5th of January to 30th April. He has been in Malaysia for 115. So can he be a resident? Can he be a resident? Student, can Rogers be a resident for the year 2025? Yes or no? You don't seem to understand. Resident under section 7(1)(c). So what are the two conditions? More than 90 days in 2025. Is that the only condition? No. 3 out of 4 preceding years resident. Can you follow, student? That is the complete answer. Now moving on to look at the mark, you would have got another 4 marks for that, another 4 marks for this, another 4 marks for this. So altogether, 24 marks. Can you see that, student? Do all of you understand? Do all of you understand how to do resident status question? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is there anyone who do not understand? So you must know the different sections very well. If the person wants to qualify to be a resident under 7(1)(a), more than 182 days. That is the only condition. If a person wants to be a resident under 7(1)(b), there are 3 conditions that must be met. 2 years must be linked. In this case, you find 2020 and 2021 linked. Second condition, the short period has a minimum of 1 day. So here you find from 29/11 to 31st/12, the person has been there for 33 days, which is more than 1 day. And the third condition, the long period must be more than 182 days. In this case, there is a temporary absence, meaning from 16 May to 15 July. For 61 days, Rogers has been out of Malaysia, but attending to business trip. And you have been told yesterday the individual can be absent for 3 reasons. 1, social visit up to 14 days. 2, business trip or attending training or attending seminars, conference. No restriction, can be any number of days. Consider temporary absent. The third reason, the person can be sick and attending to medical needs, or the person can be visiting their parents or siblings. Again, for illness purposes, no restriction, can be any number of days. In this question, you find that the person is a resident under 7(1)(b) because the temporary absence is attending to business trip, which is a temporary absence permitted. So the minute it's permitted, you can add 136 to 61. You do that, it becomes 197. Okay? And even the next one, 16.7 to 311.111, you don't need the 111 because by adding 136 and 61, there is already 197, which is more than the required 182 days. Therefore, since all the three conditions have been fulfilled, Rogers can be a resident under Section 71B. For the year 2021, you find that the two periods, 136 and 101, you add together, you get 247, which is more than 182 days. So the person becomes a resident under 71A. For 22, again, more than 182 days. So again, resident under 71A. For 23, Rogers has not been in Malaysia at all, but still he qualifies to be a resident under Section 71D. Why? Because he has fulfilled the two conditions of being a resident for the immediate preceding. Immediate preceding means the years 22, 21, 20. Since you have ascertained that Rogers has been a resident for the immediate preceding 3 years, he has fulfilled one condition. And then post 24. Since 24, he has been a resident under 71A. So post 1 year, he has also been a resident. So those are the two conditions required to be a resident under 71D. Come back to 24. 24, earlier we have already confirmed 133, 59. So that comes to 192, which is more than 182. Therefore, Rogers qualifies to be a resident under 71A. And for the last year, 25, he has been in Malaysia for 115, which is more than 90. So that is the first condition. Second condition, 3 out of 4. So 3 out of 4 means 24, 23, 22, 21. So out of these 4 years, 3 years has been a resident. In fact, he has been a resident for more than 3 years. So minimum 3 out of 4 also fulfilled. Can you follow, student? I hope you people are clear. If you're not clear, you have to tell me. Otherwise, we move on to question 4. And question 4, not 5, question 4. Yes, anybody? Any question on question 3? So I can make it dark. So I go to font, darken already. Now I come to question number 4. The caption is, students, can I move on to question number 4? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, very good. So that's going to be the last question. And remember what I told you yesterday. employment income question. So this question is on employment income, and it would be the most difficult. Okay? So even if you cannot get the full marks, you should be able to get at least more than 20 marks. So this question will have altogether how many marks, student? It would have about 30 marks. Okay? Question 4 will carry 30 marks. Okay? Earlier, I've already showed you question 3. How many marks does it carry? 24 marks. Question 2. How many marks does it carry? How many marks does it carry, student? First, you go to this question. Question 1, this one carries 30 marks. Okay, student? 30 marks. So 30 plus number 3, 24, 54. 54 plus 30, 84. So therefore, question 2 will carry 16 marks. Can you follow, student? Student, can you follow?
Yes.
Very good. So you can see how important is question number 1. And yesterday we spent quite some time for question number 1. And all of you were able to compute the capital allowances for hire purchase. So I hope all of you can get the 30 marks. Once you get the 30 marks, question number 2, even if you get 10 out of 16 marks, so 30 plus 10 becomes 40. And all you need is another 10 marks. But what did I tell you? You can get 24 marks from the third question. So you notice 40 plus 24, 64. Sure to pass. Not only pass, already a credit score. Already a credit score. So if you can get even 10 marks, even 10 marks from the 30 marks, you would already have 74 marks. And 74 marks is a distinction grade. It will be A minus. Can you follow, student? Student, can you see how easy it is to pass this module? Do you agree? It is quite easy to pass this midterm exam? Yes, no? Hello? I have been talking. Now you have to tell me. Are you confident that you can get the minimum marks? Yes, no?
Yes, teacher.
Very good. Now let's move on to question number 4. Now you people have already been taught employment income. And look at the requirement, student. Remember what I told you? Look at the requirement. From the requirement, you can have the caption. So the caption is, you are required to calculate the tax payable. Tax payable by Greece for the year of assessment 2025. So that is the caption. Student, can you follow? Student, can you follow? Right. That's how you get your caption. Remember, look at the requirement and from there you can get the caption. So here, the tax payable, you can see the tax payable caption is tax payable by Grace for the year of assessment 25. So easy. You don't have to remember anything. Okay. And here you put RM. Once you put RM, then you don't have to keep repeating. Now, student, when you do employment income, you should have been taught employment income under the sources of income falls under section 4B. But the details of the employment income will be shown under section 13. So the first section is section 13 1A. Right? That is the first section. So section 13 1A will show all the income that you receive in cash. In cash, student. Can you follow? Hello? Yes, no? So the first income that you have to determine will be the salary. And it will be given in the question. So they have said Rogers, a tax non-resident, is a non-resident. So if at all Rogers earn any income, Rogers have to pay at what rate, student? Hello? If Rogers is a non-resident, what is the rate of tax Rogers has to pay? Hello? Yesterday, what did I tell you? The maximum rate. And the maximum rate for 2025 is 30%. Okay, student? Hello, can you follow? Now, I hope when you look into here, the latest rate is 28, 30. Are you clear? So when you get your exam question, you will find that the maximum rate will be 30%. So when you look at the employment income question, if Rogers, right? Jason is the son. Look here. Robert, tax non-resident, married to Grace. Grace is a resident. So Grace, being a resident, will fall to the scale rate. I hope you remember the scale rate. The scale rate starts with 0 and goes on 1% for the next 5,000, another 1% for the next 5,000, and 3% for the next 10,000, and so on. All this you don't have to memorize. By looking at this table, you will know already. Can you see? The table starts from the top. There's one line missing. So let me bring this table below. Okay. Now you notice the table starts at 0%. So the first 5,000 is 0. The next 5,000, 1%. The next 10,000, again 1%. The next 15,000, 3%. And then go to 8%. After 8 goes to 14. After 14 goes to 21. After 21 goes to 24. Remains at 24. And then goes to 24.5. Then goes to 25. Then goes to 26. And eventually to 30%. Can you follow? This is what we mean by the scale rate. The scale rate starts from 0 minimum, 30 maximum. I hope you people can understand. Now I'm going back to the question. Grace has the two, the couple. Here they say you make it small. See, the couple have 2 children. Jason is 24 years and Anita 19 years. And they have told you it has been agreed that Grace will claim. Why? Because Robert cannot claim. As a non-resident, Robert cannot claim any relief. Therefore, Grace can claim for both the children. Okay? And then they continue to give you additional information. Grace has been employed as a cook by Jason Kitchens Limited. That's the name of the company, JK. Since February 2012. Details of her employment income. She gets a salary. So that's the first thing you are supposed to compute. Cash, 4,200 every month. And here, Grace has been working for the whole year, 12 months. So therefore, the salary, what will be the working like, student? The salary will be 12 multiplied by 5,200. Are we okay? Hello, are we okay? We ought to have 2 RMs. So the salary will work out to what? Equals to 12 multiplied by 5,200. You get 62,400. Yes, no. Student? Hello. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, can you follow?
Yes. I'm clear.
Good. What is the next item? After salary, what do you add? Entertainment allowance. And how do you calculate? They say Grace has been given $600 per month. So 600 multiplied by 12. How much will that be, student? Yes. Do you get 7,200? Hello?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Now, next one. What is the next item? Hello? Look at the information. They give salary, entertainment allowance, and bonus. So the next item will be bonus. How much they say? 2 months. Bonus of 2 months. So 2 multiplied by 5,200 because that is a salary. So therefore equals to 5200 multiplied by 2. Do all of you get it? Hello, do
Yes.
all of you get it?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Anything else? We have traveling allowance. But before traveling allowance, they have said they have given you reimbursement. So before we go to this, we put in, do you know what is reimbursement? Student? In this case, what it means is that you spend your own money, 3,000 for medical, and then you claim from the company. So the company gives you back the reimbursement. So the reimbursement is also cash. So therefore, it falls under section 13(1)(a). Anything else, student? Yes, traveling allowance. Traveling allowance, how much has been given? Student, 800 multiplied by 12. Do you have to minus anything for traveling allowance, student? Hello, student? Student, do you still remember? Can you claim traveling allowance? Are you exempted for traveling allowance? Yes or no? Student, yes or no? You're not sure. So let's go and check. So we go to the slides and we look under employment income. Where is employment income? Here. Right. So under employment income, student, you notice that, yes, section, you see employment income falls from 13(1)(a) right up to 13(1)(e). So A, you must include, you must know what are the employment income you must add for 13(1)(a). So you see salary. Just now we added salary. And then you just now saw bonus. So bonus you're going to add to section 13(1)(a). Allowance. Just now traveling allowance. But when it comes to traveling allowance, student, if you are given gratuity, you know what is gratuity, student? Hello, student, please respond. I'm sure your lecturer would have explained to you what is gratuity. Gratuity is payment for gratitude. So if you have been a loyal worker, you don't have any problem with the employer. When you retire, the employer will give you gratuity. Okay? And perquisite or allowance. Okay? Any perquisite or allowance given also falls under section 13(1)(a). Can you follow, student? Now, exemption for gratuity. If at all you retire, The employment question we were looking at doesn't talk about gratuity because Grace has not retired. Therefore, this question does not have any gratuity to add back. However, the question that you may get, if it has gratuity, then you must add it to section 13(1)(a). Okay? And if you get gratuity after resigning, if you resign, then too bad. So you won't have to pay any tax if you have worked for at least 10 years with the same employer before you retire. Meaning, if you have worked for more than 10 years, then the whole gratuity amount will be exempted from tax. Okay? What happens if you resign or you are terminated and you also get gratuity? And this time, you don't get full exemption. You get only partial exemption. Meaning, for every 1 year you have worked, you will get 1,000 exempted. Okay? So this is an example of how your exemption works. In this case, you find that Anishwa resigned, not retired, resigned. That is different. So if you resign, sorry, you cannot get complete exemption. But she has worked for 10 years. So for 10 years, 1,000 per year, she get exemption 10,000. Therefore, 70,000 is taxable. Share option. If you are given shares, now the value is determined by taking the market value less the price you pay for the share. So that amount is called perquisite. Just now you saw perquisite. Perquisite falls under 13(1)(a). Right? Okay. So here you can see how to calculate. All these are in your slides. So in order for you to be able to answer any employment question, you must understand all the slides under employment income. Okay? Now, allowances, all allowances. So the minute you see allowances, they are taxable under 13(1)(a). Moving on, if you get gift vouchers, I'm sure you know what are gift vouchers. During festivals, your company may give gift vouchers. So you can use the gift vouchers to go and buy anything. Okay, and that is classified as perquisite too. So all perquisites you have seen will go under section 13(1)(a). Now, if you have been given a loan, now it depends. If the loan is from the company's own money, and then there is no perquisite. So you see again the interest for the loan is classified as perquisite. But if the employer has to borrow and they give you an interest-free loan, that amount of interest that the employee has to pay will become the perquisite. Okay? So here you see how perquisites are worked out. So you see Malik, a bank manager, he has been charged 3%, but the bank cost comes to 8%. Therefore, the perquisite is 8% minus 3, 5%. So 5% of the loan. that will be the perquisite to be added to your taxable income under Section 13(1)(a). Insurance premium. So if your company, your employer pays the premium is cash, that will be charged under 13(1)(a). Okay. However, there are also exemptions, but those exemptions does not fall under 13(1)(a). They will fall under 13(1)(b). And what are such payments? Insurance premium, SOCSO, group insurance policy, insurance payment on aviation, meaning if you are traveling, they give you a flight ticket. They also have to buy insurance for you. And then if you do not feel well, the employer will also have health care. All those falls under Section 13(1)(b). Professional subscription, this is cash. So if your professional professional fees is paid by your employer, that will fall under Section 13(1)(a), right? As a perquisite. Excellent services. So if you get any awards, especially cash award, the exemption amount is 2,000. But in order to get the exemption of 2,000, you must have worked for at least 10 years. If you have not worked for 10 years, you cannot get the exemption. So the whole amount of the award will be taxable under Section 13(1)(a). Assets provided free of charge. Any assets, okay, provided free of charge or sold at discounted price, then the perquisite will be the difference between market value and the amount paid by the employee. Again, perquisite. So you notice perquisites can be in different forms, but all fall under Section 13(1)(a). This is where, student, I want to draw your attention. Can you see all these perquisites given to employee are exempted? Do you see petrol card, petrol allowance, travel allowance, up to 6,000 a year? This is what I want to draw your attention to. So, in the question just now, you saw, you have been given traveling allowance, $800 per month. So $800 times 12 will come to 9,600. But out of the 9,600, you can less 6,000. So only 3,600 will be taxable and the 6,000 will be exempted. Student, can you follow? Now all this comes under employment income. Don't forget that. Okay, so you have to remember all these. If there are allowances given for parking, then the full amount is exempted. If there are meal allowances given, then they are exempted. If they have given you allowances for childcare, up to 2,400 exempted. If they given you telephone or they pay for the telephone bill, but the telephone bill is in the company's name, and that amount also exempted under this order. Okay, employer's own goods provided, so long as it doesn't exceed 1,000. If it's more than 1,000, then it's not exempted. Okay, the whole amount will be taxable. But if the gift value is less than 1,000, the whole amount is exempted. Okay, employer's own services, whatever services provided by the employer, free or at a discount, but then they are not transferable. You cannot take it and give it to your friend or your relation. So that amount is exempted. And then lastly, subsidies on interest loan, up to 300,000 loan. So if you are subsidized on loans, so the interest amount will be exempted, not taxable. So these slides, students, you are expected to remember. So please remember. Okay? So up to that slide, everything under section 13.1a. Once you go to 13.1b, 13.1b talks about what? Hello, it talks about benefits in kind. No more cash, cannot be converted to cash. So all benefits given, like in this case here, you see medical, dental, childcare, leave passage, okay? All those will fall under section 13.1b. What will fall under section 13.1c? So here, you see how to differentiate A or B. If it is cash, then it will fall under 13.1a. Not cash, it will fall under 13.1b. That's how you differentiate. After that, this also section 13.1b, here you will be able, just now, yesterday I showed you the table. So if you are given a car, depending on the value of the car, so long as the car is less than 5 years old, this will be the allowance to be computed. If you are given fuel, this will be the amount you have got to add. However, if the car is more than 5 years old, then you take only half the value. Half the value only. If the car is more than 5 years old. Like here, go through all these examples. You should know how to calculate the car allowance and what will be the exemption amount. So for this slide, you don't have to worry because in the table, everything has been given. Membership to recreation club. If your employer, if your employer they pays the subscription fees, then it will fall under 13.1a. Okay? But if you belong as a member and the membership, if it's a club belongs to your employer, then you don't have to account for entrance fees, but monthly subscription will fall under 13.1b. Okay? These are the other benefits. Gardener, domestic servant. Yesterday I showed that. Security guard. But depending, if you get for the full 1 year, you can multiply by 12. But you get only for certain months, then you got to calculate for that number of months. If any amount is reimbursed, that reimbursement will fall under Section 13(1)(a). Okay? What is exempted under Section 13(1)(b)? Free transport, food and drinks provided, medical, dental, and child care benefit. All these are exempted. Leave passage also under Section 13(1)(a). This leave passage anywhere within Malaysia up to 3 times. Okay? Out of Malaysia, only once, but limited to 3,000 only. Okay? So, watch out, huh? Anywhere within Malaysia, up to 3 times. Any amount exempted. Overseas, only 3,000 per person, meaning taxpayer, spouse, and children only. Parents not included. Parents not included for leave passage purpose. For leave passage purpose, taxpayer, spouse, children. Okay? So here this is an example. Again, look at how leave passage allowances are added or exempted. Then Section C. Section C talks about accommodation, student. Okay, if you are provided accommodation, whether a house or a hotel, so depends whether you are an employee or you are director. If you are an employee, you take the lower. Okay, so here you can see accommodation provided to employee. Then you either take the lower of 30% of Section 13(1)(a). Just now we are computing Section 13(1)(a). Of the total value, you take 30%, or whatever amount paid for the accommodation, whichever is lower, that is taken as accommodation, which is taxable. But if you are a director, student, no, this is not this one. It has jumped already. This is jumped already, yeah? So not this. Okay, can you see? Come back, huh? This is employment income. So this is how you you determine your Section 13(1)(a), and then how you compute 30%. Okay? So, and then we go on to, if you are provided a hotel or a hostel, then it's not 30%, but only 3%. Okay? Then Section 13(1)(d). Section 13(1)(d) applies to pension and annuity. So, after retirement, if you get pension or you have taken an annuity on your own, and then that amount that you get under pension or annuity will be taxable under 13(1)(d). Are we clear? Right? Lastly, 13(1)(e) is for compensation. For compensation. So those are the 5 subsections of Section 13 for you to calculate for income purposes. Are we okay, student? Hello, are we okay? Exemption from 13(1)(e). 10,000 for every year. From whatever amount you get as compensation, depending on how many years you have worked, you can less 10,000 for every year, and the balance will be the taxable amount. Okay, so this example tells you how to calculate. And relief, all these are given in the table. Student, so those are the things that I'm going to go through with you. And the rest of it, I'm going to leave down. Now continue. Can you see, student? Student, do you see? We continue with working out. So we travel.
Teacher,
We, ah,
can I ask you why the bonus is 5200? Why not year 4200?
sorry for
I see a monthly salary of 4200.
5,200 is a salary. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I think you are right. Not 5,002, 4,002. Thank you. Okay, 4,002. Sorry. Multiply by 4,002, not 5,002. Thank you. So similarly, the next one also, this one bonus also 4,200, not 5,000. So this one, you can see the amount is not 5,000, but 4,002. Thank you for reminding. And the entertainment allowance, no change. Bonus, yeah, 4,002. So the bonus figure will be 8,400. Travel reimbursement, no change. But traveling allowance, student, here, for traveling allowance, 800 per month minus 6,000. This is why I had to go to the slide to tell you why the 6,000 exemption. Okay, so equals to 800 multiplied by 12 minus 6,000. So that should be the figure. Are we okay, student? Student, are we okay?
Okay, teacher.
Very good. So let's continue. We have finished 1, we have finished 2, we have finished 3. What about 4? Rent-free accommodation. So that one will fall under 13(1)(c). Okay, so when you compute 13(1)(c), we have to take note of that. And traditional medical will fall under 13(1)(b). Mobile phone provided will be exempted under 13(1)(b). Motor car, that one you calculate under section 13(1)(b). Are you okay, student? So those are the amounts that you have to calculate. So here, traveling allowance. So if you calculate what is the total section 13(1)(a), here in this question, you don't see any perquisite because there's nothing mentioned about perquisite. If there is perquisite, then you put under section 13(1)(a)(2). So for this, student, you have to use the formula. The formula is sum of this. So the total will come to 72,600. Are you okay, student? Are you okay calculating section 13(1)(a)? Now we move on to section 13(1)(b). So what is the first item that you add? Again, go through here. I will strongly suggest you have a pencil during the examination. Once you have taken, you tick off. You tick off. Whatever not ticked off, then you know you still have to calculate. So medical treatment. This is exempted. Once you see exempted, then the value is nil. What is the next item? Student? Yes. Phone. Mobile phone. Also exempted. So therefore, nil. Yes. Yes. Phone registered in company's name. Phone bill. So phone bill also exempted. Why? Because under the company's name. Therefore, also nil. Are we okay, student? Are we okay? Anything else under section 13(1)(b)? Yes. Moduka. So Moduka, what is the value given? Bought in 21. So you are calculating for 25. So the car is 4 years old. So now you've got to look. They say with fuel. But the car and the fuel given from 1st March. Not for the whole year. Only for 1st March to 31st December, meaning 10 months only. Now we go to the table, Moduka 70,000. You should know how much you are supposed to add. Look at Moduka. Moduka. Can you see Moduka? Here. 70,000. So 70,000 allowance you're supposed to add is 2,400 for the car, 900 for the fuel. So Moduka, 2,400 here, 2400 multiplied by 10/12. Are we clear? Are we clear, student? Equals to 2400 multiplied by 10/12. So 2,000 fuel is 900. Is it 900? Again, go back. Fuel how much? Fuel 2,400, 900. So 900 multiplied by 10 divided by 12. So you have to show the working, student. Don't just give me the answer. So that is for the Moduka and vehicle. Now we come back to the question. So the question was talking about A mobile phone exempted, finish ready, motor car, okay, fuel, okay. Now, since you have calculated section 13(1)(b), can you total it? Yes, total what? This amount. So the section 13(1)(b) will come to 2750. What is the next section? Section 13(1)(c). This is accommodation. So now accommodation will be lower or can you did they mention anything about accommodation? Yes, rent-free accommodation provided to her by JK from 1st February with an annual rate. 1st February means what? So not January, so 11 out of 12. So lower of 30% of what was the amount? 72600, which will be what? Equals to 0.3 multiplied by 72600 or define value. So what is the defined value? 11 over 12 multiplied by 30,000. And that will be 11 over 12 multiplied by 30,000. So which is lower, student? Why here? Not minus, eh? Okay. Which is lower? The lower is 21,750. Can you follow, student? Hello? We have computed 13(1)(a), 13(1)(b), 13(1)(c). And those are all the information given. Now we are ready to calculate the total employment income. What will be the total employment income? The total of this plus this plus this. Are we okay? Student, are we okay?
Okay, teacher.
Very good. Now we can add other income. So under other income, what do you have? They have given you the details of Grace other income during the year 2025 were as follows. The first thing is dividend. Dividend. You must know this is exempted. Therefore, nil. What is the next income? What is the next income? Yes, Grace is studying. So, if Grace is studying, she can claim 7,000 for career advancement under relief. Here, we are calculating the other income. The other information given is Jason is following a professional, is 24 years, so you can claim personal relief 8,000 for Jason. Anita also doing a degree, so for Anita you can claim another 8,000. Personal computer acquired for 2,000. A last claim was in 22. So after 2 years, you can claim again. Now 25 is more than 2 years. You can claim under lifestyle. Lifestyle qualifies for 2005. But your computer is only 2,000, so you can claim 2,000. Medical examination fees 1,200. So medical examination you can claim up to 500. But you cannot claim for Robert. Why? Robert is a non-resident. Then medical insurance premium paid for Grace in the year 25. But watch out, this amount was only paid in February 26. Therefore, you cannot less medical insurance. A private retirement scheme contribution of 3,500. You will notice you can claim up to 3,000. And then donation, she has donated. So yes, you can less after determining the aggregate income. So here, by adding the dividend income, then you can determine the aggregate income. What is aggregate income? The same, 9,710. You must be able, you have given any donation, you can less donation here. Lower between donation and 7% of the aggregate income, 97,100. So how much would that come to, student? Can you calculate which is lower? 7% of 9,700. What is 7% of 97,100, student? Hello? Student, can you calculate what is 7% of 97,100? You can work out here on the working, equals to 0.07 of 97,100. So it comes to 6,797. But she has donated only how much? Hello? How much a donation? 3,000 only. So the lower is minus 3,000. Can you see, student? Hello, can you see? Can you follow, student?
Yes, I see.
Very good. So less donation, net employment. Sorry, net aggregate income will be how much? Will be 94,100. From here, you can less what? Relief. So the first one is personal. For personal, how much relief can you claim? Hello, how much can you claim? 9,000. Next, what is the next thing you can claim? Hello, spouse. Can you claim for spouse? Yes, Robert. No income from Rogers, right? Not Robert. Yeah. Grace's husband's name is Robert. So spouse is entitled for 4,000. Yes. Then first child. You can claim up to 8,000. Where do you get all this information, student? And now we go. Okay, you go to the table, you can check. Second child, also 8,000. Goes in the university. Anything else? Yes, just now we saw computer under lifestyle up to 2,000. Anything else? Yes, they have given career advancement. You can claim up to 7,000. Then, anything else, student? Hello, medical examination. Medical examination for Anita, 500. Okay. Medical insurance premium, medical insurance cannot claim since payment in 2026. Therefore, nil. Are we clear? Are we clear, student?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Anything else? Anything else? Hello, anything else? Private retirement scheme. Private retirement scheme. Up to 3,000. Anything else? Okay, now let's go and check whether what we have put in is correct or not. So where do we go and check? Under relief. Can you see or not? Basic self. Can you see self? 9,000. Done already. And then spouse. Can you see spouse? Spouse relief 4,000. So correct. First child. First child relief. Child relief, how much? Higher rate, 8,000. Second child, also higher rate, 8,000. Computer, lifestyle. Can you see lifestyle? How much it's under lifestyle, student? Hello? Lifestyle, how much? Up to 2,500. Do you see 2,500 for lifestyle? Yes, on top, can you see? So, lifestyle, she has spent only 2,000 for the computer. Career advancement. Do you see career advancement? Hello, career advancement. Do you see? 7,000. Can you see on top? Study course for skills or qualification. So 7,000. Medical insurance. Sorry, not medical. Medical insurance cannot claim medical examination. Has that been given? Medical examination. It's up to 500. Has that been given? Student? Medical expenses expended on self. Okay? Including up to 600, 500 for medical examination. Can you see? So therefore, medical examination can claim only 500. There were no medical expenses given. And then private retirement scheme. You see private retirement scheme 3,000. Hello. Do you see private retirement scheme? Contribution to private retirement scheme. Can you see 3,000? Yes, student. Hello, 3,000 here. Contribution to private retirement scheme, 3,000. So all the figures are correct. But I can remember, that is why I start putting in the figure. You cannot remember, you go to this table, take the figure, and then you put in. Is that clear, student? Student? So those are all the relief. So you can total them up. Now, what will be the chargeable or taxable income? So that will be equals to the top 94100 minus 41500. Are we okay? Student, are we okay? Hello? Can you follow so far?
Okay, teacher.
Very good. So now we are ready to calculate tax payable. For tax payable, since the taxable amount is 52,600, go up. Look here. So up to 50,000, you're going to go here. So the amount is the tax payable will be, sorry, tax payable first RM 50,000. How much is it? 1,800. Is it okay? Student, are you okay? RM 1,800. Are you okay? The balance. How much is the balance? Balance is RM 2,600. What is the rate? 14%. Okay? At. Okay? 14%. So how much will that work out to? Yes, student? Equals to 2,600 multiplied by 0.1. So total tax payable will be equals to 2,1 3,000 1,008 plus 364 2,164. Are you okay, student? So let's see. Let's see in terms of marks. How many marks can you get for every part? So here, marks. So you'll get 1 mark for this, 1 mark for this, entertainment allowance, 2 marks, because you have to remember reimbursement 1 mark, traveling allowance again 2 marks. Okay, medical treatment 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark. Phone bill, motor car 2 marks. Okay, fuel 2 marks. Accommodation 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark dividend. So donation 1 mark, again 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, 1, 1, 1. So the total mark that you could get, student, will be, can you see, student,
Yes.
maximum 30 marks. So as I say, if you can get anything more than 20, you're considered to have scored very well. And just now, I was working only with 10 marks. With 10 marks itself, you can get a distinction. Okay? And then if you can get another 10 marks, 20 marks, so that will become A. If you can get the full 30 marks, that will be A plus. Are you okay? Student, are you okay?
Okay, teacher.
So, is there anything anybody wants to ask in terms of employment income? Yes, student. I have worked out all the 4 questions and you have the answer for every question. So I will show once more the marks, the workings. So question number 1, you notice what is the mark you can get, the maximum. Did I show you? Did I tell you? Did I tell you for the first year, in case you want to know your marks, for the first part, for the first year, you will get 6 marks. For the second year, you will get another 6 marks. For the third year, you will get another 6 marks. For the fourth year, another 6 marks. So here, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks. So if we add, you will get total 32 marks. But the maximum mark, maximum marks will be equals to 30. Are we clear, student? So that's how, if you answer correctly, this is for your first question. You can see this is for the first question. If you get the answers for part A for each year correct, you'll get 6 marks for every year. 4 years, 24 marks. Then comes to part B. For every year, you'll get 2 marks. So you add together 24 plus 8, it'll come to 32. But the maximum mark for question 1 is 30 marks. Then come to question 2A. You will know how many marks you can get, correct? I have actually stated, am I right? I told you. So again, if you want to know in terms of marks, the first one will be 2. I have actually given, if you look into the question, can you see that? Altogether, you will get here for this part, you will get 2 marks. For the second part, you will get another 2 marks. So payer must be resident. So payment subjected to withholding tax. So you will get 2, 2, 2. Okay, 2. Right. And then here, 4 sources of income. You will get 1, 1, 1, 1. And so altogether, how much already? You can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14. And the last part, you can see 1. 1. Sorry. So total 16 marks. Okay, student. Then we went on resident status, we have already worked out the 24 marks, how you get each year. And finally, the employment income, 30 marks. Now, that's for all the 4 questions. 4 questions, 4 answers. 4 answers, how many marks each? So the total, you can get maximum 100 if everything is correct. For every question 1, you can get 30 marks. Question 2, you can get 16 marks. Question 3, you can get 24 marks. Question 4, you can get 30 marks. Are you okay? Student, I've completed all the 4 questions for the midterm. If you happen to have any questions, please ask. As I told you yesterday, I will be able to finish the question. Now it is only 1:10. We started at 11 o'clock and we have finished all the balance question in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now I'm going to ask each and every one of you who are in the session. You can see we're still, earlier there were more students, now there are lesser students. Okay, there are only 4. Nguyen Trung, Lee Thi Tuet, Lee Nguyen Ya, and Nguyen Hong Han. Yes, Nguyen Trung, do you have any questions on the revision question?
No, teacher.
You okay. The next thing I'm going to ask you is, are you confident to go for your midterm after this revision?
Yes. I
Very
think
good.
I can get full match.
Very good. So remember what I told you, between today and the exam date, you cannot practice on the exam date. The day before, up to the day before, on the day before, make sure you get good sleep so you will be able to focus on the questions. Yeah, so I'm glad that you are confident to sit for your midterm. Very good. Okay, and remember what I told you. If you want to try more questions, then you can send the email to me requesting for additional sets of questions and I can send them. Now I move on to the next student. Lee T. Tuyet. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. So are you confident?
Maybe a little bit.
No, we need
Because
we
yeah,
did the
because
4
this
questions. Do you understand
because
all the 4 questions, how to go about if we get similar questions? Do you have the confidence of answering well?
because I feel this subject is quite difficult. So can you give the test more easy for us to do?
Yeah, but see, nothing is impossible. Always tell yourself anything is possible, but nothing comes without attempting, without putting in efforts. So the effort that you're going to put in is you're going to do back all these 4 questions again, but without referring to the answers that I am going to post in your LMS. Okay, so after attempting the 4 questions, then you can go to the answers, check, counter check. The first time, I'm sure you'll be making the most mistakes. Okay, the most mistakes. But after a break of one day, go again and try this time. This time you will find that you will be making lesser mistakes, okay, compared to the first time. Again, after leaving one day gap, go and try for the third time. So when you are trying the questions, the same 4 questions, but don't keep the answer side by side. Okay? That way you cannot effectively check your understanding or your ability of doing the question. So attempt the question first, then go and check against the answer. So the third time, you will find that you will be making the least number of mistakes. Now, at that point, you must be confident that you will be able to do your midterm exam. Is that okay? DT TWED, you okay?
Yes, teacher.
Good. Now I move on to Li Nguyen Jia.
Yes,
Are you okay? Are you confident?
I'll, I'll clear. But maybe confident.
Okay. So, as I say, from here on, everything will depend on the effort that you people put in. Just now, I spent the time running through the slides for employment income, and I was explaining as I was going through. Okay. So that is because employment income question is the most difficult. You can see you have to remember a lot of things. Okay, but every correct answer that you are able to compute for the different sections, you will be able to get marks. Okay, and that's for the employment income question. But for the other questions, like question number 1, just don't make the careless mistake. The careless mistake, what I told you is here. I promise to tell you where the careless mistake can be. Here. The careless mistake is always here. Meaning the deposit you would have taken correctly. But the installment, instead of taking 4 installment, you may have taken 3 or 6. The minute you make that mistake, then what will happen is that this answer will be wrong. So when this answer is wrong, you won't get any mark. And because you are basing the 20% on this answer will also be wrong. No marks. Because you are calculating 14% on this answer will also be wrong. And here, because you are starting with the wrong figure, this answer will also be wrong. So out of 6 marks, you will get 0. Okay? Now coming to the second year, because you have started with the wrong figure, this figure will always become wrong. Automatically, this figure will also be wrong. Therefore, you cannot get any marks for that. However, here is 10 by itself. It's 10 by itself. You're taking 12 installment because every year got 12 installment out of the total and calculating the amount that you have taken as loan. So the chances is that this answer, this answer, this answer will be correct. So just now you saw, okay, out of 6 marks, you will get maybe 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So that's the maximum mark you could get, because all the rest, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. This will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. This will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. So, and then when those figures are wrong, then here you will find that this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. So out of the total 30 marks, okay, you want to replace, no, cancel. Okay, student? So you will find that the maximum you can get is 4.5 marks out of 30 marks. Because of this one careless mistake here, the mistake takes place here. So you must be able to calculate the number of installments correctly. And remember what I told you. In the question, okay, now I'm going to go to the question. In the question, you notice that if they did not indicate when the installment is supposed to commence, it will be always the following month. In this case, you pay the deposit in April, the installment will commence in May. If you pay the the deposit in March, then the installment will commence from April. Can you follow, student? So this is where you can determine whether you can get the full 30 marks or you can get only the 4.5 marks for the 3 correct answers. So it's totally up to you. You make one careless mistake, the price you have to pay is 25.5 marks. You will lose 25.5 marks. You will get only 4.5. Coming to the second question, second question, there are marks for every part, A, B, C, D, E. So therefore, you will definitely be able to get some marks. But make sure you understand the question. Okay? What is being asked? Okay? You must understand the question. In fact, for all the 4 questions, you can only come up with a correct answer if you fully understand the 4 questions. Okay? Coming to the third question, please try to go through the resident status. And I do hope, again, when you are practicing, you will get the right answer. I have given you, we have worked out today the right answer, which is here. You should be able to get the full marks. As I told you, this question is supposed to be the easiest of all the 4 questions. So, but make sure you know the difference between A and B and C and D. So A, only one condition, more than 182. B, 3 conditions. And you must know what are the 3 conditions. Not only the 3 conditions, but there is also a temporary absence for permitted purposes. And there are 3 permitted purposes. 1, social visit. 1, attending to work requirements, following seminars, following training. And the third one is whether you want to attend to sickness or visit your relations and or your parents and so on. So for the second, for work purpose and for illness, no limit. But for social visit, maximum for 14 days. So watch out. For B, the clue is either on the 31st of December or on the 1st. Or on the 1st. Like in this case, the 31st of December has to be in 2020. Cannot be in 2021. Are we clear? If the short period is in 21, then the long period has to be in the earlier year 20. And there is no way 106 plus 33, 139 only. So there's no way 20 can be the long period. Okay, so the long period has to be 21. And that long period must have 182 days. Okay, with or without break. If there is a break, must be for one of the three purposes. Okay, C, only two conditions. For the year concerned, minimum 90 days, and 3 out of the preceding 4 years must be resident. Like in this case, you found that for 25, Rogers is a resident under section 7(1)(c). And since 2023, if you find 1 year completely missing, you must immediately guess that for that year, the resident status would more likely to be under section 7(1)(d). So that's what you should immediately suspect. A number of students, if they find that the person is not there in the year, immediately jump to the conclusion that the person is not a resident. That is a careless mistake. Don't you ever do that. The chances is that the person can be a resident under 7(1)(d), but two conditions, meaning 3 years before must be resident, 1 year after must be resident. So that's for D. So those are the 4 sections you have to remember. And if you, with sufficient practice, you must be able to get your answer correct. Then moving on to section 4. Question 4. So question 4, in this particular case, there are only 3 sections involved, A, B, C. But whatever is supposed to fall under A must be shown under A. Whatever is supposed to fall for B must be shown under B. Whatever is supposed to be shown for C must be shown under C. Okay? And then you will be able to come up with employment income. And when you add other income, in this question, you have only been given one information. That means the person received dividend income. Okay? So dividend income is the only income received. Therefore, you add the dividend income to the employment income, that becomes aggregate income. Okay? And from the aggregate income, you can less donation. But the donation, watch out here. You will notice that the donation is to authorize, like say, for example, where is it given? Yeah, here. It's given here. Can you see or not? A donation of 3,000 paid in the year 2025. The keyword is approved. Must be approved. That's the key word. If not approved, then you cannot less. If it is not cash donation, you cannot less. If it is donation of a kind, instead of giving cash, you go and donate maybe a van. Yes, a van is definitely more expensive than 3,000, but it is not allowed. Why? Because it's not cash. It is kind, and kind is not allowed to be deducted. Okay? And as for after determining the aggregate income, the net aggregate income minusing donation, you start lessing. You see, for every item that you less correctly, you will get 1 or 2 marks. Okay? So, with that, you will be able to get the maximum number of marks. However, even if there are one mistake here, then possibly you may get this mark correct, this figure correct because you take it from the table. However, if there is any one mistake, then possibly the second mark and the third mark you will lose because they will be wrong. So that's basically a summary of all the 4 questions that we have attempted today. Student, I have been asking you, do you have any questions? But you people have not been responding. So on my own initiative, I have gone to explain to you. Now let me go to Lee Guen Gia. Lee Guen Gia, you're confident, eh? I think I've already checked with you. You have indicated that you are confident, but continue practicing. Make sure, double it and triply sure that you can do any questions for the midterm that you will be getting. Nguyen and Hong. Nguyen Hong. Nguyen Hong,
Yes, teacher.
you
Yes.
okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
You okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Very good. So I hope you are confident now
Yes.
because we have completed the revision. And as I told you, all of you must indicate that you are confident and ready for the midterm exam. And once you are confident and ready, there is no way you cannot get through the module. Lastly, Nguyen Ngok. Nguyen Ngok, you okay? Nguyen Ngok, you okay? Right. So I've checked with each and every one of you, and all of you have indicated that you are now better off before we started the revision. Now, with that, I hope all of you can do well, preferably get a distinction. Get a distinction. It can be minus A or A or A plus. Okay, so I'm very confident that all of you can get that grade for your midterm. With that, I wish you all the best. Unless you have any other questions to ask, I am done for the day. Anybody with any question? All of you have indicated you don't have any questions. If that is the case, as usual, you can start leaving the session. And after each and every one of you have left, then I will finally leave. Is it okay?
Yes, teacher.
Good. You don't have any question, you can start leaving, please. You're still there? It means you must have some questions to ask. Don't be shy. Because if you're shy, then you got everything to lose. Okay? You cannot be shy. Okay, whatever questions you may have in your mind, you must throw it out and get the clarification. Yes? The 5 of you are still there. Please send my regards to the others who are not here. I do hope that the recorded session, new entrung, is it? You are close with the admin people who is recording. Am I right? Who is close with them? So make sure that they share the recording with all the students. Is it okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, very good. So if you don't have any questions, then you can start leaving. As I told you, after you have left, then only I will leave.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye. Take care. All
Thank
the
you
best.
for your revision.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being in the session yesterday and today. Yeah. Bye. See you.
Goodbye, teacher. See you later.
Bye.
Goodbye,
Bye.
teacher.
Bye. Take care. You okay? Thank you.